Who better than Derek, Pat, Andrew, the wrestling crew? Man, they bout to put an end to y'all careers like a finishing move. They bout to give y'all facts on these cats that's fighting on these mats. Y'all can't see them like John Cena. Even if y'all had 20/20 vision, y'all better listen, pay attention, and take notes down, and realize that it's not your time now. And watch these three kings take the crown. Hey, hey.
Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Wrestling IQ 101. I'm Andrew, and alongside Derek.
Yep.
And today we are joined by Colin West. Man, how's it going?
Hey, really, really good. I have had a very good week in terms of Synergy Pro Wrestling and setting up things for July the 21st. But also got a big show coming up with UWA Elite this Saturday, May the 5th, which would be based on kind of the Infinity War bit. UWA Elite is presenting Goldrush Championship Gauntlet. I'll be on commentary with Eric Corvus, and I guess you guys wanted to run down the card a little bit, talk about what we've got to offer over in South River on Saturday.
Yeah, man, absolutely. What a huge card you guys
a
have.
lot of action going on.
Yeah.
So let's jump into it. We got a lot of great stuff going on here. A lot of matches, qualifying matches for the championship gauntlet. Let's start with the first one. I'll start with Robbie Roller facing Mike Dell. That should be a really good match right there.
That's my actual pick for show stealer of the night for a couple of reasons. Dell and Roller go back almost a decade with each other, and not a lot of people know this. Back in the day, before Beyond Wrestling was the big thing that everybody knows it to be now, when it was just starting, when Drew Cordero kind of had a vision, there was a core of guys that would kind of hang out and build this Beyond brand. And Eric Corvus, who was known as Corvus Fear at the time, TJ Marconi, Joey Janela, Chris Dickinson, Ted Boss, Jaka were some of the early guys. But and LSG from Ring of Honor was there too. Two of the early younger guys that were a part of that Beyond experience that would take these long drives were Mike Dell and a guy who was known at that point as Zach Novak. And Zach Novak is now Robbie Roller.
Right.
So these guys have gone back almost a decade with each other, but really haven't had the opportunity to wrestle that much, in the UWA Elite universe anyway. So these guys know each other really well. There's no love lost. And I think that based on experience and based on how well they know each other, this could be a really, really sneaky good match.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree with that.
So a match that has become so personal. Mike Seaway versus Joey Adams. I mean, what do you think people can expect, Colin?
Well, this is outside of the championship gauntlet. Let me lay down the gauntlet and what it is first, just so fans know kind of what to expect from the show.
Yeah.
There will be a match between all three singles champions, and we'll get to that later, TJ Wade, Bose, and Nicholas Kaye. The man who gets pinned or made to submit in that match will have to defend their championship later that evening in a championship shuffle. Now, do you remember maybe, 10 years ago, WWE did one, and they put a time limit on the match?
Yeah.
And whoever gets the most recent pinfall or submission is the interim champion.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever gets the last fall of the match wins the title.
Yep.
That's what we're dealing with here.
Right.
So there are going to be 5 qualifying matches, and then the loser of the triple threat will face those 5 individuals at the end of the night in a shuffle match for that championship.
Nice.
Now, why this is all important, why this kind of really has a lot to do with Mike Seaway versus Joey Adams, is this match is for the golden ticket. Joey Adams, through nefarious means, pretty much screwed Mike Seaway, who was at the top of the ladder, out of the golden ticket, which gives the man who holds it a chance to wrestle for any UWA Elite Championship anytime he wants.
Yeah.
So, Mike Seaway, through a victory last month, was able to choose his match for this month and the stipulation. So he chose Joey Adams, and he chose that the golden ticket would be on the line. So, whichever champion loses that triple threat, guys, think of it this way. They'll have to face the two other champions in a triple threat, and then go through a 20-minute shuffle match with 5 other guys. Whoever walks out of that match a champion is going to be severely wounded. We're going to have to go through a lot. And so Seaway and Joey Adams, let's say it's the UWA Elite Championship that's on the line. That guy's going to be ripe for the picking by the end of the night.
Yeah.
And so basically the man with the golden ticket holds the power. And Seaway and Adams are probably right now, I would say, feud of the year in UWA Elite thus far. So the fact that they're battling over a prize with so much power, it's a pretty big deal.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Another match you'll see between two big guys. We got Corey Dillinger and we got Kyle the Beast. This is probably going to be nothing less than hard hitting between these two.
You know what I like about Corey Dillinger, and most people hate Corey Dillinger, but the thing I like about Corey Dillinger is he reminds me of what KTD was a couple of years ago. This big guy that was freakishly athletic and way quicker than people give him credit for a guy his size, but just nobody knew about him. So there's a lot of Dillinger in KTV, but the question here is Corey Dillinger big and bad enough to take out the Beast at this point?
Yeah.
Everybody knows who KTV is. He's on all the spring break shows. He's up and down the East Coast. He's been to Mexico. He's been to both Mania weeks over the last 2 years, really making a huge name for himself.
Yeah.
Dillinger would make a big name for himself if he was to win this match.
You know what I like about Corey Dillinger? He's not afraid to smoke in his school.
I know, right? I see him walking out the other night with his vape pen, and I'm like, I don't think any of this is legal.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know about any of this, but I'm not going to tell him no.
Yeah, same here, Colin.
Oh my goodness.
That was I was sharing that the whole night, but let's put back.
Oh my goodness.
Another person you're not going to ever tell to stop is Miles Thomas. He just never stops talking. The doctor, the chiller himself. He's going up against Cypress. I mean, let's talk about that match. I mean, these guys have had a history together last year.
These guys have a real history with each other in UWA Elite, and this is another match that goes back a lot farther than people think. What a lot of people don't remember about Miles Thomas is that he was in a long-time tag team with Eddie Thomas, not just in UWA Elite, but at Jersey All Pro Wrestling. Yeah. Team Thomas goes back a long time, and in some of the places where Miles Thomas used to kind of pal around and train a little bit, Cypress would be there. Cypress has been making the rounds for a long time as well, through ECPW and in UWA Elite and all these places. So these guys go back a decade plus also. And the one thing that they have in common for that period of time is they've hated each other for most of it. So this is a matchup of two kind of wily veterans who are never going to be the biggest guy in the fight or the fastest guy or the strongest guy in the fight, but they're going to know how to beat you. They do their homework, and they just don't like each other. And that's shoot. They just don't really care for each other that much. And it's a big opportunity if Miles Thomas manages to get through this match for him to try to win some championship gold for the first time in UWA Elite. And for Cypress, the guy who goes back a decade plus with the UWA brand, chance to get back up on top of a title match,
Absolutely. And then now we got two guys who are on total opposite ends of the spectrum. We got Jacob Tarasso and Wade Kruger, one half of the Stepdads. Very interesting match between these two. What are your thoughts on it?
I mean, Jacob Tarasso is this kind of curmudgeonly kid with some scruff on him that's legitimately, I think, addicted to energy drinks to the point where he has a problem, like a real problem. I don't know if he physically can sleep the amount of monster that's in his system at any one time. But Wade Kruger, I think, is going to eat him.
Oh, man.
I think he's going to eat him. This is a 200-plus pound weight differential, and it's going to be big man versus little man, but in a weird sense because the big man is a fan favorite. That's rarely how it goes.
Yeah.
So we will see if the fans get what they want, if Wade Kruger, one half of the stepdads, can just stomp out Jacob Tarasso, or if Tarasso pulls what I would consider to be a mild upset and wins this match.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have to talk about this, man. Sean Damage from McNeils and the rogue Brandon Kirk. I mean, what a fight, people are going to be treated to that night.
This is another case of don't let the name recognition fool you. Sean Damage McNeils was the first man to be UWA Elite Champion, and the first man to be a 3-time UWA Elite Champion, and the first Crossroads Tournament winner, and the first Brawl for It All winner, and really was, when this brand was making its name for itself, the face of this company. And the reason that Sean McNeils is not as well known of a household name as Brandon Kirk is because Sean McNeils had other life priorities. He has a daughter, and he's working hard to provide for his daughter, and he just had other life goals. Mm-hmm. He didn't want to go out and work the indie circuit. But that doesn't mean that he's not quality. And that doesn't mean that he's not gifted and entertaining. I've worked with him. I've wanted him to be. He was in the first ever CTW match ever. Mm-hmm. That's how much I think of Sean as a performer and as a wrestler. And I just look at it as Brandon Kirk being on the roll of his life in pro wrestling right now. And it's kind of, I'm going to use the Infinity War analogy. He's kind of Thanos right now. He's going everywhere and he's trying to take over, and he becomes really offended when people stand up to him. Yeah. And when people say, hey, no, I'm the guy around here. So Damage is the guy around here. Whether anybody likes it or not, or knows who he is or doesn't, Damage is the guy around here, and he's earned it. So Kirk wants to knock him off the mountain. Yeah. And this is a little bit more than a qualifying match. This is philosophy. This is ideology. This is who's the man right now. Is it Kirk? Is it Damage? And I think this is going to be a very, very good wrestling match.
So, Colin, we got to talk about this too. Synergy. Do you know who Brandon Kirk might be facing now?
I have a couple of names. I have a couple irons in the fire for July 21st. Yeah. That is a different conversation for a different time.
Okay.
Because this is a UWA Elite thing, and I don't want to step on toes. Okay. So I don't want to go out and say that we've got WWE Hall of Famers for the meet and greet, and I don't want to say that we have former WWE champions on the show, and I don't want to, but I'm gonna. I just did. But look, this is going to be a huge, huge show on July 21st. We're reopening the Manville VFW, but we'll talk about that another time.
Okay.
I will say that I'd have nothing to do with the business if it wasn't for UWA Elite giving me my first opportunity to do anything.
Definitely.
So I'm a loyalty kind of guy. That's how I'm built.
Yeah.
So I always come home. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always happy to talk about home. And UWA Elite is home.
Absolutely, man. So also that night we're going to see Eddie Thomas versus Radley Belmont.
That's going to be the kickoff match for UWA Elite, sponsored by UWAElite.com. Again, the last ever New Jersey State champion in Jersey All-Pro history before they retired that championship was Eddie Thomas. And Radley Belmont, again, the other half of the stepdad, just because Wade Kruger's in the qualifying round for the championship gauntlet, just because Miles Thomas is in the opening qualifying round, doesn't mean these guys should have nothing to do. So this should be a match between a really wily veteran in Eddie Thomas and a real fun-loving guy in Radley Belmont. Should be a good one.
Yeah, these guys they're both representing their tag teams out there.
Sure thing.
So then,
what's amazing to think is that just a couple of months ago, I looked and I'm like, man, there are no tag teams on this roster, and now we've got the designated hitters, we've got the stepdads, we've got the severed, we've got Team Thomas. We've got TP5.
Yep.
And we've got King Tech and Brandon the Bull are the UWA Elite Tag Team Champions. And they're going to be going one-on-one with the number one contenders, Clay Sawyer and Dominic Truax, for the Tag Team Championships.
Yeah.
Neither of these teams existed before last month. That's completely crazy, and yet here we are.
That's right. And you got one of your hottest tag teams in UWA. You got me and Andrew as well.
That's what I'm saying. Get yourselves a title shot.
Andrew's too scared to get in the ring, man.
Derek, I'm pretty sure Dallas could go win. I mean, I think he could give Nick Kaye a run at this point.
Yeah.
He's the high champion.
Yeah, definitely.
Would you be our manager, Colin?
Oh, man.
Would you be our manager?
I want to flip this script for you guys a little bit.
Okay.
We got all three champions. The UWA Elite champion, TJ Blade, the I champion, Nicholas Kaye, the Iron Man champion, Bose. That match is not for any of the titles, but the loser, like I said, the guy who gets pinned or taps out in that match, has to defend later that night against 5 other guys in the championship shuffle. So I want to know from you guys who you think is in most danger of losing that match.
If I gotta pick, I'm gonna say TJ Blade. He's in the most danger.
Really?
Nicholas Kaye, he's a very bad guy. Bowles is an even worse guy. So I can see those two guys teaming up together and saying, "Hey, we both hate TJ Blade. Let's give him a hard night tonight." I can definitely see that happening. I can see that, and don't be surprised if at the end of the night, TJ Blade is getting cashed in on by his buddy Mike Seaway, and he's ended up losing the title to his own bro, man.
Wow, that is tough. That is tough. That is some. I don't. Can I even say that? That is some heel mark nonsense. Oh my goodness! And you're appealing to my inner savage. Like, I kind of deep down, low key love everything you just said. But
I can see it happening. See it happening.
That's good story.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew, what you got? You think that TJ Blade's in a lot of trouble, or you think it's going to be somebody else?
I think it might be Nicolas Cage, but I think the silver lining is that a guy like Nicolas Cage is clamoring for the main event, so it might not be the way he sees himself getting there, but the fact that, he'll be in the main event, have some time to rest up,
I see that.
Plus, he doesn't like to, he likes that easy paycheck, and he might have to work for, that money this time.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's whoever walks out, either a new champion or retains their title by the end of the night, will have had to beat 6 guys to do it. And it is not going to be easy sledding at all. I really appreciate you guys talking to me about this card. It's a very unique concept.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about UWA Elite, is that Dave Swan, Eric Corvus, everybody over there, they're not afraid to try new things.
Yeah. This is definitely. I cannot wait to see what happens. I'm pretty sure it'll be a great show.
Colin, you touched on this before. King Tech and Brandon the Bull versus Clay Sawyer and Dominic Truax. Who do you think has the advantage in this match? They're both kind of makeshift tag teams, but they're Bull and Tech have been on a roll.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: Tech and Bull have known each other for 8 years now. King Tech is the longest reigning I champion in UWA Elite history. Brandon the Bull, out of nowhere, became the first ever Grand Slam champion in UWA Elite history. Also, funny story, the only guy to successfully cash in a golden ticket in the history of the golden ticket. It's like the reverse Money in the Bank. It ends up really messing up people's lives. But Sawyer and Truax is interesting because Dominic Truax is a legitimate bad dude. He is 911's son, ECW legend 911's son, and he is a big boy, 365 pounds. And Clay Sawyer straight up paid him to be a tag team partner. Like, no gimmick, no muss, no fuss, just gave him a lot of cash and said, let's go win the number 1 contendership. And Clay Sawyer does best when he's in a unit. He was part of the first trios champions in this company with Kentucky Bred. I think Sawyer and Truax are going to give Tech and Bull a lot more than they might expect and a lot more than the fans might expect. But I think in the end, I think the King and the Bull find a way. I just think they find a way.
Definitely. Yeah, I can agree with that.
That's pretty insightful theory. Colin, where can people get you on social media and UWA Elite if they want to, keep in tabs with you guys?
Sure. I mean, first I'll put myself over. Sure, you can find Colin West on Facebook at, surprisingly enough, Colin West. Who knew? And you can look me up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Synergy Wrestle, and visit synergywrestling.com. UWA Elite, you can find them on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram at UWA Elite. And also visit UWAElite.com. And super big news, when you're on UWAElite.com, you can get a 7-day free trial to the UWA Elite Network, which has every live event from 2012 to the present. It's huge. Plus, UWA Elite Network also has Glory Pro, Preston City Wrestling from the UK, Pacific Coast Wrestling, Jersey All-Pro Wrestling, and so much more. Got Celtic Championship Wrestling, all on the network, all for $5.99 a month. And have you heard of this Powerbomb TV thing on Amazon TV?
Yes.
Or have you heard of this? This big old, largest independent pro wrestling library in the world that Pivot Share is doing?
Yeah, I heard.
You have to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
UWA Elite is officially a part of that. So their
nice.
tape library is a part of that network, too. So UWA Elite is doing really big things right now. And I'm really proud of home. I'm really, really proud of home. We started very humbly at, places that would give them a chance, give us a chance like Fun Time America and the Darris Theater and the Metuchen Sportsplex. There was a point in 2013 we were doing weekly taping in front of 8 people. And we're in 2018 now, 5 years later, and we are selling out 150, 175 people a month at the Holy Trinity Church in South River. So I'm really excited and very proud of home and what UWA has become.
Definitely. Yes. Sounds good. Definitely. Cannot wait for that show. I'm pretty sure it's going to be an amazing show. I'm going to start a petition for you to get a Twitter or Instagram. I need you to do that like ASAP. But
yeah, it's funny because I'm a shoot job marketer and I don't have Twitter.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like Facebook is for like my grandma, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, come on now. I'm 35. I'm practically grandma. I'm on the gram. The Facebook for gram.
The Facebook for grams.
Trust me when I tell you, I'll be in touch with you guys really soon.
Yeah.
Because we got a couple more UWA Elite shows between now and then. And, I'm working over CZW on a couple of things, but Synergy, July 21st at the Manville VFW is going to be an absolute restart for that count. I'm so excited for it.
Definitely.
But in the meantime, I hope I see you guys May 5th.
Definitely.
At Holy Trinity Church in South River.
Thanks, man. We definitely appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time out.
Yeah, thanks.
Dude, I always will. Like I said, I'll always take the time out for home, and I'll always take the time out for you guys. Wrestling IQ 101 is where it's at right now. I appreciate you guys so much.
Definitely appreciate it, man.
And for us, we are Wrestling IQ 101. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wrestling IQ 101. And we'll see you soon.
Peace. You have just listened to the Wrestling IQ 101 podcast, powered by B Plus Player Radio.
One more for the good guy.